Hi, I'm Kevin with Epp Well Solutions. Today we're going to show you how to install the well harvester. This is how it's going to be when you get it from the shipping company on a pallet and strapped with a box. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and show you all the process. Another important thing to know is on top you've got your owner's manual, your receipt's going to be in here, and also the other side to the union. So when you're cutting it, that'll come loose. Now that we have it unpackaged, we're going to go ahead and grab our dolly and move it into place. At this point, we're going to go ahead and talk about this particular system, the way it is set up, and how we're going to use the well harvester in line with this. First, we've got our well line coming straight from the well. One thing you want to make sure that if you have any sprinklers, faucets, or anything in this line as it comes from the well, you're going to need to disconnect that and then connect after the well harvester system. Otherwise, it's not going to work properly. So we've got that coming in, goes through your pressure tank, then it comes through this filtration on this one. If you have any filtration on your system or water softener or anything, that needs to come after the well harvester. You don't want that beforehand. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and remove our pressure tank, make room for the well harvester to slide into place. Before we remove the pressure tank, we're going to go ahead and shut off the power to the well pump. This one's nice and close. A lot of them are going to be located in your circuit breaker panel somewhere else in the house. And then we're going to go ahead and test, make sure that the power is off here before we start messing with anything. Okay, we're good there, and then we're going to go ahead and drain all the water out of the tank. While we wait for the pressure tank to finish draining, we're going to go ahead and label our wires. This one here is going to be L1, and this one's going to be T1. The difference between L and T is load, so this is power. This is going to the pump. So when it connects, L1 goes to T1, and then this is going to be T2 and L2, being the other load. So this is 110, 110, and these are going to be returns. So we're going to go ahead and label those. Now that we've got them all labeled, we'll go ahead and remove those. Now that we removed the wiring from the pressure switch, we've drained all the water out. We're going to go ahead and remove the pressure tank, cut back the plumbing, have it ready for the new well harvester. Now that we've got our pressure tank removed, we've got our plumbing cut back, we actually have a couple of fittings already in place, ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and bring in the well harvester, get it in place, and start plumbing it together. Now that we have the well harvester in place, we have our unions that we're going to go ahead and connect onto these union connections. And we're going to start looking at kind of our piping. This is coming from the well. Remember, we've got that connection down here, so we're going to probably plumb that and bring it down there. This one has a sticker here on the side that you can't see, but it says to the house. So this will come and go into our filtration right here. This is going to be our discharge for the well optimization. That needs to be plumbed outside the house, so we're going to drop that down here and go through the house or the wall to the outside. So before we actually set this, we're probably going to pull it back, build that up so we can connect that in, because I don't want to drop myself down in that little hole and do it. So we're going to do that at this point. Now that we have our well harvester in place, we have all of our piping up above the top here. We're gonna go ahead and with our 1-inch PVC connections, we're gonna connect this all together. We've got our pipe from the well. It's gonna go into here. This is actually movable as long as that wire gives you room. You could go ahead and do it. I'd try not to cover the porthole with that. This is going to the house, which is gonna go into that filter. Then we have the discharge for the optimization. That's going to go to the out pipe that we had put through the wall. Okay, we're all done with our plumbing. We're gonna let that glue dry. Now we're gonna go ahead, start with our wiring. We're gonna take this junction box, use a 7/8 inch hole saw, drill in here, and connect into our wiring that we took out of our pressure switch. All right, we're just gonna start finding our T1. Find the T1 on this wire. We're gonna go ahead and wire nut that together. Make sure that's good and snug. Go to the next one. Got L1. Here's the other L1 here. You can see you got L2 and L2 from both sides are connected, going from the well pump to the harvester. Now that our electrical wiring is done there, we can go ahead and start undoing this pigtail and plugging this into the wall. Okay, now we have it plugged in. You can see it's got power. We're gonna go ahead and turn the well on before we forget about it. Now we've got power to the well. Now we'll show you here, we've got a screen protector, we're gonna go ahead and remove that. And then show you, we've got, right now it's showing you a tank that's empty. When it fills, it'll show you that. It'll show you your house pressure. It'll show you back pressure, and also how many gallons are actually in the tank. And then these will be lit up when you've got the well pump going or your house pump going. So it gives you a quick kind of insight into what's going on. We also have a stats. Right here, you'd show a graph of water usage over the last 3 months. And that's kind of nice to see kind of how things are going. Go back to the home screen. We also have a control. This right now is showing that the well pump is in the off position. You can also turn it to auto, as when we're running, that's what we'll have it in. And then the booster pump is in the off, but you can also have an auto. You can also go here to the gears. If you happen to buy more tanks because you want to have more storage, you could select how many tanks, and that's going to adjust on the front screen how many gallons it shows in your tank because it's going to have multiple tanks. We're just with the one system, so we're going to select that. And then we also have pump control. This is for troubleshooting, and also for the initial startup. You can actually push and hold this and it'll actually run the pump. Push and hold and it'll run the booster pump. When you're running the well pump, it's actually going to also show you your back pressure, and that's how we're going to purge the air out of the line initially. Okay, now that we've got that all ready to go, before we start it up, we're going to go ahead and open this faucet up so that when the booster pump kicks on, that it has a place to get all that air purged out through. Okay, now we're going to begin the startup of our well harvester. We're going to go ahead and hit control, and then we're going to go to our pump control. And we're going to push and hold this well pump until we start to get some back pressure and get all the air purged out of that line. So you can see it's 0 right now. Here, a little bit of water. Oh, there we go. We've got some back pressure coming in. So now we're purged and we're ready to start it up. So now we'll go back to our control. We can turn our well to auto. And then we'll go ahead and hit the booster pump as well. And then we'll go ahead and hit optimize. The optimization is currently running and may run for 2 hours. At some point it may even discharge some water out the outlet. Then at a safe level, the booster pump will kick on and pressurize the house. Okay, now that we've got this all purged, all the air's out of the line, our booster pump can finish pressurizing and we'll be all set. Now your system is running fully automatic. It's going to be sipping water from your well off and on throughout day and night, storing it in the tank, and then pressurizing your house to meet your household needs. If you have any questions or need more info, you can reach us at eppwellsolutions.com.